Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Studio Spotlight 9. I am so thrilled today to have our awesome featured guest, Miss Kelly K. Walker. I've known Kelly for a little bit now, and man, she is exactly what her name claims her to be, the queen of manifesting. Like, seriously. And she's an awesome trainer for people that are speakers. Now, I know a bunch of people in this group. That's exactly what you are, is speakers. So what I want to do now is just turn the time over to Kelly and let her tell you about all the awesome, awesome, awesome things that she's got going on.
You're awesome. Thanks, Philip. So I'm super excited to be here. Philip's amazing, and I am excited to be part of this studio spotlight. So I get asked a lot how I became a speaker and how I became a speaker so fast because it was quite quick the way it all happened. So in January of 2017, I was in a really bad depression, and it had spilled over into my work and gotten me fired, which at the time seemed like the end of the world, which today is like the best thing that ever happened to me. So I've had mixed feelings on the subject. But back then I thought, what is the point of me? I am a disaster. I am always depressed. I can't get anything done. All I wanted to do was play video games all night, sleep all day, avoid all human contact. And my depression was getting worse and worse and worse. And I was on the maximum dose of meds, so I couldn't take any more. And instead of making me less depressed, they were making me more and more numb. And so I was basically checked out of life for about 6 months, 3 months before I got fired, and about 3 months after I got fired. So I was at home doing nothing but, playing video games and sleeping. And I got this email offering me a ticket to a 3-day life-changing seminar. And I was like, ew, no, I'm not going to some raw thing with lots of happy people. That sounds disgusting. Because my vibration was so low, it would have probably made me throw up or run away. But something in my head kept saying, Kelly, you need to go to this. You could use some life changing, don't you think? So I decided to go, and it was horrible. The first day, I wanted to run away because the vibration was so much higher than my current vibration at that time that it like physically made me sick, but I made myself stay. And by the end of the third day, my vibration had raised drastically, and I'd actually had fun, actually made friends and had a good time. And my transformation was triggered by that event. That was the turning point in my life. And that's when I started to go to a 3-day life-changing seminar every single month, at least once, sometimes twice, because I was going to different seminars. And one of them was literally every month. So I always went to that one. And then there were other ones that were occasional, and I went to all of those too. So I probably spent 6 days every month in life-changing seminars. And it was amazing. So it didn't take me long to decide that I wanted to be that person changing lives from the stage. I wanted to be that speaker up there that was making people look at themselves differently, to see a new possibility in their life and start making changes. So I enrolled in a year-long intensive speaker training called Mentor Maker, which was incredible. Oh my gosh. By the end of that year, I was such a good speaker because it was hardcore. Like we'd get up and we'd practice, and we were lucky if we made it through 2 minutes before they stopped us and made us start over and over and over again. And usually we all cried every day. But it was so good. I learned so much in that year. And then I got certified as a life coach. And then I took lots of other like little satellite speaker trainings from other people. And I just kept working on it until I got really good. And since then, I have spoken in London 3 times. I went once, and when I was there, I got invited back by 2 other people. So I went back again 2 months later and spoke 2 more times. I've spoken all over the United States. I don't even know how many, hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000 by now. And all through the Caribbean on 2 different cruise ships. So my speaking career is definitely amazing, and I love it so much. So my favorite thing now is to teach other people how to get what they want in relation to speaking too. So I have launched some really awesome speaker training options. And so first of all, I have a free Facebook group that I just started. Was it this morning? No, it was yesterday. It's called Speaker Training with Kelly. And I believe they're going to maybe pop the link. Oh my gosh, look at that. Philip is so on top of things. So there's the link to my Facebook group. It's just a free Facebook group where I will be bouncing ideas off of you guys. I'll be giving you free trainings. I'll have polls in there. I'll be posting speaking opportunities that I hear about. All the things speaker related. So first of all, come join that group because it's going to be super fun. And I'm getting ready to start a second podcast. My first podcast, The Queen of Manifesting, it's all about manifesting, but it's about manifesting everything, not just speaking. And so it is at 26,000 downloads. It's in over 70 countries. And I love it. And I loved learning along the way because I started it with 0 training at all 2 years ago. No. Wow. It was December 2018. So it's been longer than 2 years now. But it was so fun. And I am now going to use everything I learned to start a new podcast about speaking. And I think I'm going to call it Speaking of Speaking by Kelly K. Walker, something like that. Anyway, so that's going to be starting soon. I'll have the link. Maybe I'll give Philip the link for that when I get it started. So it should be probably this week. Anyway, so I want to help you get over the obstacles that are keeping you from speaking more. So I have been doing polls and posts and asking people, what is stopping you from speaking? You want to be a speaker. Why aren't you doing it? So the top 3 answers I've gotten, I have taken the trainings to overcome those obstacles and wrapped them up into this amazing 3-day speaker training. And it's live. Don't you guys miss live events? I've gone to several live events in the last 2 months because they're kind of starting up again. And oh my gosh, it is the best energy ever to go to live events. So April 29th is my next 3-day speaker training. And so the things we cover are the things that you guys have told me are your biggest obstacles. So the first obstacle is, that's awesome. The first obstacle is, I don't know what to speak on. I have so many ideas. I don't know how to choose one. So that's the thing we do first thing, day 1. Day 1, you actually narrow down your topic. And I teach you how to do it. I teach you how to not be scared of it and how to let go of unrealistic expectations. So day 1, first thing we do is you find your topic. And then the second thing is, I don't know how to make a keynote. So the second half of day 1, you write a keynote. So I walk you through it. I have a formula that works really great. So we pick your topic. We actually have you writing a keynote all on day 1. And every single day you'll practice your keynote in front of the group. And I always have amazing people come to these. So everybody is really supportive, really fun, really kind. So you're going to have a great time sharing your message and not being scared. So then the other thing is, I don't know where to speak. Well, guess what? there's a thing called Facebook that's totally free that you can speak on every single day. So that is really not an issue. But I will teach you other ways to find places to speak. It's not that hard. One of my favorite things to do is to just make my own events, which is not hard. But if you, you know what, I want to talk about this for a minute. Paying to speak versus getting paid to speak versus speaking for free. Why would you pay to speak? I love paying to speak. Do you know why? Because when I set up my own event, it's probably like $1,000 to $2,000 average. So most places that charge you to speak charge you less than that. And they've done all the work. They've invited all the people. They have provided you an audience, and they've usually done lots of other awesome things along with it. So like they will record your presentation for you. They'll give you great pictures of you on stage. So paying to speak to me is awesome. I love to pay to speak because I can sell my products and always make a profit. I mean, like I haven't always made a profit, but I usually do. Now, as opposed to making your own events, of course, I make way more when I do my own events. Last year, my first big full day event, it cost me almost $2,000, but I made $15,000. So $13,000 profit for a one-day event. So I'm going to help encourage you and empower you to have your own events. Because if you really want to have a profitable speaking career, you can make a lot more money when you do your own events. So we're going to talk about that at the 3-day event also. Also, we have a whole section of overcoming fears. Because I know a lot of you are scared of several things. First, you're scared you're going to be judged. We're all scared of that. That's totally normal. We're all scared people are going to be like, who do they think they are? They don't know their topic. I know their topic better than them. Okay, so that's a fear that a lot of people have about speaking. Another fear is stage fright. Stage fright is so fun. I love helping people overcome stage fright. It's overcomable, by the way. It's not a permanent thing. You can fix it. So we have a whole morning of just overcoming fears. It's awesome. Then we have a whole afternoon of dynamics. So what do I mean by that? I mean what to do with your body and your voice. So we go over my favorite thing ever, pauses. Pauses are my favorite thing. And then we'll do vocal dynamics. So fast versus slow, talking louder versus talking quieter, and when to do them, when to incorporate those so that you're more interesting, because nobody likes to listen to a monotone voice for hours. That's really boring. So I teach you how to use your voice like an instrument, which is awesome. What else? We do a little bit of empath training. So if you're an empath and you get on stage and you feel all these emotions from the people in the audience and you get overwhelmed, there's a way around that too. So we will work on that, and we practice your keynote every single day. So you will get up and actually speak every single day during the 3-day event. So that's April 29th. And they posted the link. I think they're going to post it again at the end. But it is a $247 event. And right now it is on sale for $147. All 3 days combined, everything, only $147. That's less than $50 a day. Where else are you going to get this kind of training with actual live practice of your keynote every single day? Everyone leaves with a finished keynote, which is probably everybody's favorite part. I have some amazing testimonials, and most of the people, their favorite thing was the daily practice. So please come to that. It's on sale right now for only $147. And I have a special free gift that I want to give you guys. So I was going to just give it to you if you signed up for the 3-day event, but you know what? I'm feeling generous. So free. I am having a webinar on Thursday night at 7:00 Mountain Time, and it is called Stage Fright, How to Overcome It. So I've had a really good track record helping people overcome stage fright. So I've decided to do a webinar on it. So Thursday night at 7, you guys can all get in for free. So if you are interested in overcoming your stage fright, you can actually apply this to any fear. Did you know that? Fear is all the same. Fear can all be dealt with in the same way. So if you come to the webinar, you can, if you don't want to be a speaker or if you don't have stage fright, you can apply it to any fear in your life. So if you have some kind of phobia or something, you can apply it to that. So that would be really fun. So Thursday night at 7, and Philip posted the link right there. That is the Facebook event. So go ahead and go over there and get registered. I think all you really need to do is click going, and I'll give you the links for when it goes live. So Thursday night at 7. Are there any questions? Can you guys see? Are there questions? And I wonder if I could see the live on here. Let's look. Do you see any? Oh, good morning, beautiful. That must be Tina Marie. That's how she always greets me, which I love. She's so sweet. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. That's cool. I can see this. Yeah, that was Tina Marie. I knew it. Tina Marie says, I learned a lot. I learned a ton at your 3-day speaker training. That's awesome. It is really fun. And every time I do it, I tweak it a little bit to make it better. So this will be my 3rd one. So I've gotten better every time. Because you know what? A 3-day live event is kind of exhausting. So I'm working on making it more valuable and also less exhausting for all of us. But it's really fun. So I'm going to tell you about another thing I do that probably most of you aren't ready for yet. But for those of you that are ready for this, this is going to be incredible. So last year, what year is this? No, it was 2019. I forget what year it is sometimes. The very end of 2019, I was asked to speak at my first London event. And so I was terrified to go to London. I was so scared to leave my family and get on a plane and fly across the Atlantic Ocean because I was scared of terrorists. I was like, if I go to London, something's going to happen and I'm going to get killed in a terrorist attack. Like, I was literally terrified of that, like irrationally terrified of that. And so I did end up going, and Tina Marie very kindly offered to go with me, and she kept me company and gave me lots of support and was amazing. You guys, she's such a good travel companion. So I decided that it would be really amazing to recreate my journey for other speakers, because after I spoke in London, my speaking exploded. Suddenly I had so much credibility as a speaker because I'd spoken overseas, and it changed everything. It changed my confidence. It changed what other people saw me as. And suddenly I got asked to speak everywhere. It was insane, the difference it made becoming an international speaker. So I have recreated my whole trip. I flew into Paris because I took French all through high school, all through college. And I even went French speaking the last 6 weeks of my mission because they needed somebody in the Haitian branch. And so I've had a ton of French, but never been to France. So I was like, if I'm going to London, I'm going to Paris. So I booked my ticket actually into Paris. So I flew into Paris, stayed there a couple days, and then took the Channel over to London and stayed there the rest of the time and spoke one of the days while I was there. So I am recreating this trip. And so on this trip, we are getting a house all together. So we're going to be staying in a gorgeous vacation rental in London and in Paris, both. And I'm going to include everything. So you don't even have to bring a dime. Everything's included: your airfare, your the speaking engagement in London, which you'll be speaking at. Oh, I forgot the best part. At the end of this whole program, so it's 6 months of weekly training. Once a month, we meet in person to practice. And at the end of the 6 months, I take you to London and Paris. And I'm holding my own event for the first time in London. So I've spoken at other people's events 3 times. This time I'm having my own event. And I've made lots of speaker contacts there. So they're going to help me set it up since I'm not there. So you'll speak in London and you'll become an international speaker. You guys, that is when my career exploded. And that's what's going to happen for you. So, and don't worry if you're not ready yet. You have 6 months of training before we go. So anyway, that's my big thing that I am selling. And I know most people aren't ready for that level, but if you are interested in that, please send me a message and we'll talk about it. So let's see. So I'm going to take everybody with me that wants to go. And if you want to do 6 month speaker training without the trip to Europe, maybe because of COVID or some other reason, for half the price, you can just do the 6 months training. And then I also have a speaker training cruise. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love traveling and I love combining it with speaking. So I'm doing my 3rd cruise, a group cruise in October. Chip's coming. And there's so many, I accidentally, because of COVID, it was awesome. I sold out the cruise once and then we had to move it a year ahead and we accidentally ended up with 16 more cabins. So now I get to take twice as many people. So the first set is sold out. So we've already got like 30 people coming. So now I can take another 30. So there is room on this cruise for 30 more people. Well, I don't know. I've sold a couple, so like 26 more people. So on this cruise will be speaker training. Chip's coming to do sales training. I'll be doing speaker training. Jennifer Seeley's coming to do branding training, branding as a speaker. Lacey and Adam Platt are coming to do advanced vision boards for speakers. It's going to be amazing, like all kinds of speaker training. And everybody that wants to can speak for a few minutes on board so that they can also get international speaker status because we'll be in international waters. So that's also a possibility for you if you want to do that as a standalone or if you want to add it to your 6 month training. It's going to be so fun. I love cruises so much. I'm kind of addicted to cruising. So if you haven't been on a cruise, you will love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I didn't give Philip the link for that, but I will get him the link for the cruise too, if you want. So those are all the options you have for working with me, from free all the way up to the $12,000 London program, with all kinds of things in between. So I'm super excited. Any of you that know you have got a message to share and you need to get it out there, but you are stalled by fear, by lack of clarity, by lack of decision making, all of the things, I can help you with this. I can help you get your message out. My goal is to help as many people as I can that want to change the world get out there and change the world. So before we go, I would like to share with you my power statement. My power statement is what keeps me going. And this was a download from my higher power. And it usually makes me cry when I say it. So hopefully I can make it through. But I just want to share this with you because this is who I am and this is why. I get emotional about it. This is why you want to help other people become speakers because of what I'm about to say. Are you ready? I can do this. My name is Kelly K. Walker, and I am a force of nature. I am divine, determined, and diligent, a valiant daughter of God and a queen in the making. I am a warrior of light, and I shine brighter every day, lighting the world more powerfully and irresistibly everywhere I go. As my influence spreads across the nation and the world, I find, encourage, and inspire other world changers to also stand up, be seen, and live their purpose at a higher level so that together we create a huge ripple effect of love, light, and hope that reaches every corner of this planet. I did it. So that's why I do what I do. Thank you, Philip. That was awesome. Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Now can you hear me?
There you go.
Thank you so much for sharing, Kelly. I love your power statement. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Like that is
love it
so
too.
awesome.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing everything that you shared today. It's super important to be a speaker. Like I just recently heard you say that. Like somebody that owns their own business, they're a speaker. Kind of have to be.
You have to be. Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you for being here. We're
You're
going to have
welcome.
all the links in the comments.
Yes.
And then tomorrow, we have someone else to be featured on Studio Spotlight 9. And Studio Spotlight 9 is an opportunity for you to take a chance on you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow.